me feel good.
So hello, welcome to stage 39 of the Ecto-1 build. 39 is the glove box and control panels. Now this is the first of 4 issues that belongs to issue or pack 12, and it actually looks like for this entire pack we won't be doing any chassis work. We're going to be continuing work on this beautiful piece, which you see last week we did pop this switch in. And looks like we'll be continuing work on that for the next 4 stages. So let's have a look at the parts. So the first part that we have is, it looks like it's this one. This is part 39A, and this is the glove box door. And it's showing you from this orientation in the magazine, but that actually misses this beautiful detail out. So 39B is the glove box panel, and that looks as though it could be this piece. Again, another beautiful piece. I hope that's the inside because of the pin marks, but whoops. And that's that piece there. 39C is the steering wheel cover top, and judging by the orientation it's this way round, with 4 holes. There we go. So we've got 4 holes in there, we've got 4 holes there, but nice little piece. 39D is the steering column cover bottom, couple of holes there. E and F is the E is the ventilation control panel, and F is the heater control panel. Now these are very tiny, so what I'm going to have to do, hopefully now I have the camera for the job, but if I bring, there we go, this is the ventilation one. So if I bring this up really close, look at that detail. That is absolutely amazing. So that's E, so I'll place that there, and then F is the heater control panel, and wait till you get a load of this. Hopefully I can get this into focus. I'm so happy I've got the camera for the job now. Come on, you did it just now. Sometimes you've got to put your hand behind it. Because of my lighting, I do lose the light, and the light does help focus it. Oops. Right, sorry guys, I am trying really hard. There we go. Look at that detail. That is absolutely amazing. Now if you want to know the size of that, just to make it more amazing, let's place a ruler next to it. That is 5mm tall, and that is just over, it's about 16mm, about 18mm across. That is absolutely amazing. I am gobsmacked by that. So the last thing that we get, we've got 5 BP screws. These are quite thin. These are 1.5mm by 4mm. And then we get IP screws, which are a bit fatter, and they're 2 by 5mm. So let's just pop my screws away, ready for when we need them. And the BPs go into this pot. As you see, I'm getting quite a nice little set of spares built up now. So if you need a spare screw, who you're gonna call? So what we need to be doing then is we need to take, insert the glove box door 39A into the gap So it's got a bit of dust on it. Into the gap in the dashboard lower panel 37A. Now the orientation that they have is this way around. Be careful with this wire there. There is a peg at the either end of the glove box door which slots into the two corresponding gaps in the panel, figure A. Place the glove box panel over the hinges of the glove box door, fixing the glove box panel to the dashboard lower panel 37A using 4 BP screws. So it looks as though the handle obviously needs to go to the top, and because the pedal is there, obviously you know this is the bottom, because they're not going to put the pedal at the top. So it needs to go in this orientation. So working from this side, it looks like this. So right, there we go. So we have couple of little cut out notches there. I'm trying to find, let me just adjust the light a little bit. So we have a couple of little notches there, and then we have a sticky out part there. So that's going to go through there, and then you see how that just fits into there, and this bit there is just a stopper to stop the glove box from coming out too much. So we see there that once that's in place, we're going to have a moving opening glove. But look at that, that's beautiful. So the next step then is to take 39B, and you see how the shape is. That little ledge there is going to go from above or below, depending on how you're holding it, but it's going to go in around that cornery bit there. And then what we will do is we will secure that with 4 BP screws. So I'm holding this down. So let's just get the 4 screws out, because we only need 4. And what I'm going to do, my usual trick, I'm going to pop the first screw in just enough to hold, and then the opposite, doesn't matter where you place the first screw, but the second screw I'm going to go the opposite corner. So you see I've got one there and then one there, and I can let go now, that's fine. It's just held in place. So the third screw, I'm going to go any of the 2 remaining corners, and that's just gone in just enough to hold it. And then the 4th screw, that can go all the way in because we know it all lines up. And I'm just going to go until the resistance increases. Then I'm going to go back to the other, I'm going to work backwards. Increase resistance, increase resistance, and lastly, there we go. So now we have a little feel. Are you happy with that, is the question you're asking yourself. That's not moving for me, and this piece is still operational. That to me is perfect. Very, very happy with that. So I don't need, now if this was a little bit loose, just give it a slight turn, a quarter of a turn, an eighth of a turn, not much, and just spend a little bit of time getting that right. As you see, for me, it's just gone straight in first time. So I wonder if maybe we could pop some paperwork. There's a little ledge there, you see, and if you pop anything in there, let's see if I can find, this is obviously very crude. So this is some pretend paperwork that I've got. And because of that ledge, you can see there that the paperwork will go in there and it won't slide through. So where's my paperwork? Oh, it's in the glove box where I left it. There we go. So yeah, so if you want to do a little modification and just do some little 1 to 12 scale bits of paper, just pop that in there. I think that would work, don't you think? Give me your thoughts, leave them in the comments. So let's pop this to one side while we do stage 2. Now we need to remember the order that we've put these in. So I'm going to go back and double check. So 39, this is E and this is F. So let's make use of these pieces of paper that I made. We've got E and F, because one of the things I absolutely love about these instructions is that they sometimes you get just the part number, sometimes you just get the name. With the Ecto-1 you get both. You see there, look, steering column cover top 39C. So by labeling these E and F, we know which one is which. So we need to begin with the ventilation control panel E. This is pushed firmly but carefully into the oblong recess in the left side of the steering column cover top C. So we need to make sure this orientation is correct, and what we're looking for is 2 holes there, 2 holes there, and a circle, half circle, going the correct, like a circular way. So that would be incorrect, that will be correct. And what we're going to do, I'm guessing this is a push fit connection, and I'm going to have a little close up look, and you see there it says the word ventilation. So we know that's got something to do with ventilation. I know these are staffed comments I'm making, but they're all double checks. And you just know that if you put this in the wrong way round, someone will come along and go, oh, you got them wrong. So I'm just being very careful here. I am actually wearing the wrong glasses, as I always do. I want to make sure these pegs are lined up, because if I push really hard and the pegs aren't lined up, all I'm going to do is snap them off. But having said that, we could always glue them on. I've just noticed actually this has got an L on it, so I wonder if this has got an R on it. Yeah, so it tells us which way round we place these. So I am having a little struggle. I just dropped them actually. So okay, so once you play, there we go, that just went straight in. Right, so once you place that quite close, you lose sight of the pegs. So this is where you now have to make a decision. For me, that's a nice push fit connection, and as you can see, it's not falling out. If I want to get that out, the pegs do come out longer in the back, so I could easily get that out just by pushing these 2 pegs. I don't actually want to do that, but if that was a loose fit, you might want to consider gluing. And what I would do to glue it is I would just run a little bit of glue just along there like that. 1 line between the 2 holes, that should be sufficient. So the next stage, in case you didn't guess, is to take the heater control panel, and it's got the word defroster on it. So I find that quite funny, because sometimes when I get in my car I just a little bit of heating please, but this one's actually got, oh, I'm absolutely freezing, can I have the defroster on please? Right, so that's gone in absolutely fine. Absolutely perfect, and look at the amount of detail that they've got there. I mean, in reality that's probably quite easy, because they would just make that to a certain scale and then scale it down. Let me just get my hand. There we go, that's brilliant, that's absolutely amazing, I couldn't ask for more. Right, so what we need to be doing now is we need to take the glove box and we need to hold it in this position. So we've got the glove box on this side, we've got the wire running from right to left, glove box there, the ventilation, no, sorry, I've missed a stage out. I do apologize, I keep doing this. So we have the ventilation panel, and we need to hold it this way. So we've got 4 holes towards us, and you can see that we've got this little raised part there, and you see the panels are behind us. And then we need to take part 39D, and we need to hold it in this position. You know it's in the correct position because you've got the smaller part at the top, and you've got 2 holes there on the right, and this is going to come in from underneath somehow. There we go. Right, so these 2 holes there are going to line up with that hole. Right, okay, there we go. It does feel right when it's in the correct position. So once that's screwed in correctly, can you see how that now fills that bit there? And I suspect, oh, it's just, oh, this is why we screw it down, you see. So the steering wheel's, I guess, is going to come through there. So that needs to be secured with 2 IP screws, which we should really have got ready before we put this together. So, and it is, there are no guides to line it up, only the screw holes. So as you see, it's all sliding about all over the place. So once we get that first screw in, there we go. And as you know me, I've only put that in just as a hold, and that's gone in quite nice. And then we'll take the second screw, we'll line that up, we'll pop that one in just enough to hold, and then this is where we make the decision, are we happy with that fit? I certainly am. So now we can continue to screw these up and hold them in a position that works for you. And there we go. Because this is plastic, I'm only screwing until they increase in resistance. It is quite difficult, but the resistance will increase, and I'm as happy as I can be with this. This end, there's a little bit of movement, but that's because it's not secured. So getting there, isn't it? So now we want to go to stage 4. So we have our switch, which is running from right to left. We have a glove box on the left hand side. This is going to go on. You see we've got those 2 remaining holes. That's going to kind of grab one above, one below, and it's a bit of a tight fit, very tight fit, but that needs to lift up. No, okay, the reason it's a tight fit, you see you've actually got a little rail there, and that's going to slide in there, and that will bring, there's the rail there, and they line up the holes there, and we want to secure those with an IP screw. So we will need 2, one getting ready on our screwdriver. So slide that into there, and as it slides up, the 2 holes go over the 2 screw holes. So that one's in just enough to bite. I can let go now because it's holding on roughly by itself. Pop this screw in. Are we happy with the fit? I certainly am. So a little bit of a gap there, but it's going to be that way round, so I'm okay with that. So I'm going to screw this screw in first, because that's where I'm slightly less happy. I won't say unhappy. There we go. Yeah, and I can see that as I've tightened the screw up, it's pulled it all into place. So I'll just screw this one up, and then that will be the end of the build. So be careful how you hold it, because we have now got fragile parts. once these small delicate parts go on, it makes the whole assembly rather fragile. Right, so there we go. So that is stage 39 complete. The ventilation, I've forgotten the titles now, the glove box and control panels. So we are getting somewhere now, aren't we? So that's it then, guys. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you join me in issue 40, when we will be building words that I find difficult to pronounce, which is ammeter, clock and spotlight handle. So take care, guys, and I will catch you in the next episode. Bye bye.